Hey guys, welcome back to another video about cooking good food with Simeon. You're going to be pulling your fish out of the oven now. It's really buthery. So pull your fish out of the oven and set it on something like this, and then you're going to be checking the temperature next. Should be 425. So choose any of the fishes you want, and you're going to be sliding it through maybe about there.
What temperature are we looking for?
We're looking for 145.
Gotcha.
And go slide it through like this.
I see that too. Oh, we hit it.
So it already beeped. That means it's done. So after it beeps, that means it's done. So after you do that, go ahead and take a spatula and put the fish into the bowl. Go ahead and scoop these off too, and into the bowl. And scoop them into the bowl. These are gonna be really hot, especially the cookie sheet. And then you're going to be using a fork or a spoon to mix all of it together. So making sure it's all broke apart and all shredded and just all nice and broken apart. Kind of like what would happen if you use like a sharp food processor or something like that. It should look pretty cut. And so making sure a lot of the pizzas aren't too chunky. Just keep stirring it until there's less and less chunks.
Do you want to add any salt to it?
And so you're going to go ahead and add some more pink Himalayan salt. Regular salt is good too. And go ahead and just sprinkle it all around the fish. And then go ahead and mix it a lot more too, just because you add salt. And just keep mixing. And just mix it and mix it. So I know it's a lot of fish, so that's why it takes a while to shred or to be cut. And just keep breaking it apart. I mean, it just takes time, and just start screwing it. Just break a lot of it apart and just start doing it. And so after your fish is all shredded and less chunky, go ahead and start heating up a griddle or a pan, and you can go ahead and start heating up some corn tortillas. It's fine if they're not corn tortillas. They can be gluten-free tortillas. They can be gluten tortillas, or they can be corn tortillas. They can be any of those. So just go ahead and wait for the griddle to get pretty warm. Go ahead and use a different spatula so you don't mix the fish with the tortillas. And so your griddle is probably going to be a little bit heating up. Take all the tortillas out of the bag, making sure to get a plate so that way you can
Put those hot pads on and move this hot pan over by the stove, if you would.
Okay, so
your hot pads are back over there.
So go ahead and add this back to the stove. I forgot about that.
Nope, you're just fine.
And so after you do that, just start placing some corn tortillas on. Start here too, and if you just add as much as you can, as long as they fit, then you're good. Can add one there, and I can add one here. my grill hasn't gotten very hot yet, so it'll probably take longer to cook. You don't want the heat all the way up because that will burn them. Maybe have it about Cree 25. Yeah, like in between Cree 25 and Cree 75. That's probably about the right heat. And so you're gonna be heating them up. So you can just making sure all good and on the griddle, and it's okay if some are touching a little bit because that's not that big a deal. And so these don't really need to be cooked very long because they're like already in the shape they want to be. So just go ahead and let these sit for a little while. And so after you let those sit though for a little while, you can just go ahead and check them. This one looks like it's already needed to be flipped. You can go ahead and flip this side too. So they don't really need to be like, they don't really need to be like a certain shape for them to be done. You're mainly just warming them up. So that way they taste better with the things. So they don't have to be super warm because that's also just fine too. Just making sure the other side is also pretty warm too. These don't really need to cook very long, maybe 10 to 15 seconds, and on each side to make the other side do it. And then after that, go ahead, take them off the griddle and onto the plate. And then start putting some more on. Go ahead and put some more on. And then you can go ahead and use another bite if yours have already got run out. And then go ahead and add these two right here and let those heat up for a little bit. So just like what I said earlier, 15 to 10 seconds or 10 to 15 seconds, just in between those two numbers. And just
Will you show me how to cut some lettuce also?
Yeah, and then while these are cooking, you can go ahead and start cutting some lettuce. So you can start here and cut this big brown chunk off, or whatever it is. Just cut the big thick piece off, and then you can go ahead and cut like this. So you can so just cut a bunch of that off. And then after you do all that, you can go ahead and get a bowl out like this, and then go ahead and dump all the lettuce into the bowl. And so go ahead and check on these tortillas. Go ahead and flip them and cook the other side. Looks like these tortillas are getting pretty warm and cooked. So let that side cook too. You can go ahead and maybe mix it around just so all the lettuce is broken apart and into these like little pieces. And just mix it around, break it all apart, and do stuff like that. And so these ones are probably about done. Just see how the other side's doing, and then these ones are probably about done. So you don't have to really cook this many tortillas. Just cook as much as you're going to need. So like 5 tortillas, 5 tacos. You don't really need to.
You ready to put one together for us? a taco?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So
Okay.
you're going to be first getting your plate. Go ahead and put a tortilla on. So the first ingredient is fish. So go ahead and add some fish to it. Just make a whole line of fish, kind of like from this end to the next end. Make a line of fish like this. It doesn't have to be a line. Just go ahead and add some on, and then after you add some fish, get a spoon and go ahead and add some mango salsa on. So you're gonna be taking the lid off and scoop some mango salsa and add it onto the taco. Just making sure it's all on it. And then after you do that, go ahead and add some lettuce on it, or lettuce, and just, you don't need to add a whole lot, just add so it in a straight line. And so after you do that, go ahead and wrap it up and go ahead and take a bite. Can let me know if you like it down in the comments. So it's actually really good. It's very sweet because of the mango salsa. It's very fishy because of the fish, and just it should be super good, especially with Pacific cod. And these tacos are really tasty and good. So you guys can let me know if you guys like these fish tacos, and just so you guys know, I can make some different kinds of tacos. Like I could do normal tacos, how most people do them, just add meat, shell, lettuce, and cheese. I can do that if you want, but for today we made fish tacos, and they're really good. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you guys like them.